Hi, it's Rebecca here from Precious Pages Papercraft, and today I'm designing a layout for Bramble Fox using items from the May Fox box. And I've got this gorgeous title that I'm going to use today. It's Focus on the Good Stuff, and I love this because the O in focus is actually a little like camera lens shutter. It's really cute detailing. I love it, and the centre of the O is actually a hexagon where all the shutter parts are in. You'll probably see it in the close-ups at the end, but that inspired me to go with a hexagon layout today. Now, at the time of making it, I did have COVID, so I cut my hexagons off camera, just sat on the sofa with my little boy, and then sort of came back together with everything on camera to actually create the layout. So I've cut a couple of hexagons from pattern papers, or a few. I've got 3 of those, and then obviously my photo is a hexagon as well. I had a play off camera just as I was cutting them with kind of design and what I wanted to do, which is why it looks like this layout is coming together super quick, but in actual fact it did take me a little bit of time off camera, just while I was cutting things out, to kind of come up with an idea of what I wanted, which is why all the bits and pieces are conveniently already pulled out of packets and on my desk, so it wasn't as quick as it looks. But yeah, COVID got me again, so creating on the sofa I was. But yeah, I've pulled out some bits and pieces from the ephemera packs as well. I've got a couple of ducks there because my photos of my little boy, we'd gone for a walk to, there's a lake, probably about 5-minute drive, if that, from our house without traffic. And there's 2 massive lakes, and there's always loads of ducks, geese and swans up there. It's one of our favourite places. Just when we're a bit bored at a weekend and we want to go out, but we don't want to go too far or out for too long, we tend to walk up to the lake and feed the ducks. And that's what we'd done on this day, just me and my little boy. My husband had been working on the Sunday, so we just thought we'd pop up and feed the ducks for a little bit. So I've got some ducks. That pattern paper hexagon I've cut out with the frog, because it's sort of like an off-white colour. In the close-ups at the end, it does make me laugh because it looks like I've just got a frog floating in mid-air above my photo, but it is actually a bit of patterned paper. I haven't just randomly placed a frog up there, but it did make me giggle when I looked at the close-ups at the end and thought, oh, I've got a frog there now. Didn't really think that one through very well, but obviously when you're looking at the layout in an album, you can see it's a bit of pattern paper, and there's other detailing on that paper as well, so it doesn't look quite so random. But those hexagons I'm going to stick down flat. I've added a tiny bit of ink and colour to my background. That was using Fox Cart, I think it's number 53, the feathered lace. It's one of the more recent ones I've got, and I love it. It's one of my favourites, and it's fab for just adding a little bit of background detail. And I've used a Distress Oxide in Rustic Wilderness there. It's kind of like a darker shade of green to match the greens in my ephemera. Excuse me. And then it's just a case of going around and getting these bits stuck in place. So like I said, the hexagons have gone down flat. My photo has got a layer of foam behind it for that dimension and to keep it kind of the focal point of the page. And then all my leaves and my cute little ducks are going to be raised up on foam as well. I've got a couple of trees there that I've brought in, and then I'm going to stick my title sort of underneath my photo. There's a nice gap for it there, and I'm using a couple of the Bramble Fox epoxy flares. That's the piece I've just stuck down there. So those are from Paper Snips number 25. So they come, if you're a Foxbox Plus subscriber, you will get Paper Snips number 25 in your Foxbox. And those circular parts at the bottom are fantastic to use with the epoxy flare stickers. They're about 1 inch big. So I just use a 1 inch circle punch to punch those out, and then I stick my epoxy flare sticker on top. And I actually end up adding a second one in as well. I'm just going to cut that out now. So the one down the bottom, it says Memory Maker, and the one up at the top, it says Just Incredible. And I loved that they were black and white. They didn't bring in any more colour to the page, any random colours or anything, but I just loved that pop of black on the page. And I love how the epoxy flare stickers make everything look shiny, and it's just another texture on the page, really pretty. And I love the dimension they've got as well. Not quite as dimensional as a metal flare, and sometimes I find those a bit too dimensional, but these are fantastic, just the right amount of thickness for me. So I've added a couple of those, and I've raised those up on foam as well, just to bring in some more dimension. Then I've got a couple of dragonflies I've added on, and I'm going to bring in a couple more bits from the paper snips now. There are on paper snips number 25, they're kind of like, excuse me, like paintbrush streaks. I can't think of the word I'm looking for here. Like brush strokes, that's the one I'm going for. They look like brush strokes and they've got writing on top, and they're really lovely. And I've got two here that matched my colour scheme perfectly. So one says "So Cool" and the other one says "Photo Op." And I've got those raised up on foam. And then there was a couple of little like arrow pieces as well that, again, perfect colours, so I thought, why not bring these in? One says "Seen and Noted" and the other says "Love this so much." And again, those are raised up on foam for a little bit of dimension. I'm just going to extend that stenciling down by my title a bit, because it was just looking like I'd plonked my title there as an afterthought. There was nothing around it, there's no ephemera around it or anything, so I didn't want it to look like it was on its own. So just by extending that stenciling down a little bit and now adding some splatters, it's kind of made it part of the layout as opposed to just being there on its own. And for those splatters, again, I've just used that Rustic Wilderness Distress Oxide. And that is me done. So nice, quick and simple one. Obviously a little bit of planning behind the scenes, but even with that, it did come together nice and quickly. So super happy. And I love the colour of that perspective. And you can just see there that little camera shutter in the eye. So super cute. But yeah, thanks for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed this layout. I'll leave some links in the description box for you to the Bramble Fox shop and the Foxbox and Foxbox Plus subscription page. If you're a Foxbox Plus subscriber, as well as all the perspectives, you also get your paper snips, a stencil, and I think you get some epoxy flare stickers as well. So some extra goodies for you if you are a Plus subscriber. And I'll also leave a link to our Bramble Fox Friends Facebook group as well, so do head on over and join us there for loads of inspiration and challenges, and there's a live every Monday evening, so lots of fun going on. But thanks for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed the layout, and I'll see you next time.